Hello, I'm Bailey, a solutions architect at AWS, and I'll be showcasing Media2Cloud V5. We'll go over how you can utilize Media2Cloud to build out a semantic search engine based on scene and shot level metadata generated by Media2Cloud, and how different vector embedding models change the results of your queries. So let's do some searching. For example, let's search for Kevin walking on a stormy beach and see what the search results are. Kevin is one of the main characters of the film Meridian. So we can already see that there's some different results depending on the model that we're using for search. So let's start with fuzzy search. Fuzzy search is based on a text and keyword search, not an embedding, and is searching at the scene level as opposed to the shot level for a video, which will be an important distinction for later on. So we can see the request that we're sending to OpenSearch, which includes a size of 10. So we'll see the top 10 results, as well as some other characteristics for a multi-match query. If we show the details of the first response, we can see what program this is from, UUID, scene number. There's no best cosine similarity score because, like I said, we're not using any vector embedding. The scene description highlights the keywords that match, and then same things for celebrities and other metadata. And we also have a lovely cost analysis built into the search. And we see that the result is, in fact, Kevin walking on a stormy beach. So this is good for use cases at the scene level where you can use your metadata extractions to gauge what's going on in the scene. Moving on to Cohere text embed. So this is taking the scene description from Media2Cloud, converting it into a text embedding, and then storing this in OpenSearch. So if we open up this request, it looks slightly different than the fuzzy text, as this one is just hitting the Cohere text embedding that's being stored in OpenSearch. So this is for use cases where you're one at the scene level, so you'll have a sense for the entire scene's actions, like maybe you're searching for a longer sentence. And two, use cases where you're searching for an action, like someone doing something. So in this example, a man walking on the beach, our search yields pretty well. But we also see that we get a result from Now Go Build of Werner Vogels, who's walking on a beach. So this brings up the case for a hybrid search. So now for hybrid, this is combining both the embedding search result and the text search result from the fuzzy search. So if we open up this request, it's quite long because it's composed of a hybrid query where we do a search on the text field plus the embedding search with a single request to OpenSearch. We also see a search pipeline or RRF pipeline or reciprocal rank fusion, which is a re-rank technique that takes results from the embedding as well as the result from the text search, does a re-ranking based on the RRF algorithm just to provide us more accuracy. And this is all done by OpenSearch, so there's no custom implementation necessary to achieve this. Here we see that the first result's similar, and then if we go to the details of this highest ranked match, we see all the highlighted keyword hits on scene description. Then if we go down to the second result as well, we see that this is pretty good as well, as opposed to with like fuzzy text only, where we got a search result from Goliath, or embed with Now Go Build. We see that, maybe we saw some keywords that match there. This one's doing pretty well. So with a hybrid search, when we have a named entity, we see a higher accuracy on the search result in comparison to just text and embedding alone, because you have that extra metadata to go off of. Now let's move on to our Titan multimodal embeddings, where we'll see a breakdown at the shot level. So Media2Cloud's able to detect the shot, and within each shot, there's going to be multiple image frames. So we pick the most representative frame, and using that, as well as other metadata like celebrity names, we'll send those to the Titan multimodal embedding to generate that embedding output. We see the same result for both for the first result. So let's go down to the second. Here we see that the hybrid request could at least pick up Kevin. And if we open the details, we see, that because that fuzzy text search is getting into the rank, it's making that video rank a little higher. The next one is 12 Labs with the Marengo model. So here we're generating the scene segment from Media2Cloud V5, sending that to 12 Labs directly to generate a video embedding, and then storing that in OpenSearch. So per scene, 12 Labs actually gives back multiple embeddings, since internally it does some of its own segmentation. So for a long scene, you could have over 20, 40 embeddings per scene. And since they do all of that segmentation, the result we're seeing is pretty short, more at the shot level as well. And then hybrid search with 12 Labs is a search of the Marengo embed model and the fuzzy search. So if we look at the results here, they're pretty similar again. So this just really shows how it depends on the customer use case. Like, do we need something more granular and at the shot level? Do we need a named entity recognition, or is just an embedding vectorization that has a temporal understanding of motion enough?